guys. Welcome to Real Cowboys Talk. And the real spelled R-E-E-L because I'm a hardcore fisherman. So with that said, guys, um, I'm here now with my first video, and I've just created this channel. Just because it's the day after my birthday, and I watch my favorite football team that I've followed since I was a kid get annihilated, embarrassed. But I'm really here just to, give my opinion on how I feel about the Dallas Cowboys. So, with that said, guys, it is hilarious, comical on how some of my own friends that are Dallas Cowboy followers and so-called fans are either messaging me or have called me and said that they can't believe this or it's ridiculous. Guys, this doesn't surprise me. And it doesn't surprise me at all. Because as hardcore as I am of a Cowboy fan, I communicated with a friend of ours, a doctor, a physician who is a Green Bay Packers fan. And I asked him, who's going to win, your team or my team? And he said that probably the Dallas Cowboys, because his team, was still young. And I messaged him back, and I'm like, actually, honestly, that doesn't mean anything, because I've never been a fan of our quarterback, Dak Prescott. He's had every opportunity every year, to show us what he can do in the playoffs. And so I told him honestly that I wasn't feeling too confident about our playoff game. Doesn't mean I'm not a hardcore Cowboys fan. It just means that I'm a realist. And when I laugh when other people or on YouTube that pop up and claim that they keep it real or they're objective and all this and that, and I've only seen a few videos that pop up here and there, and that I click on and to see, get some of their takes on it. And it's hilarious, especially after this loss, guys. I mean, what do you expect? To me, I've told everybody, even my own personal friends that who are fans of other teams, I am not a fan of our quarterback, because every year puts up all these numbers, statistics, and everybody falls for it every year. Every year they fall for it. My closest friends will tell you that I've always kept it real with them, even up until yesterday, that Dak Prescott was going to find a way to get that deer in the headlights look again during the game. And sure enough, I'm undefeated. He still hasn't proven me wrong. And I find it comical that, like I said, people are like blown away and they can't believe this and that. I've been telling you throughout the whole year, it doesn't matter if they finish 15-1 or 14-2 or whatever record you want to give them and then make it to the postseason. I do not care. What can you do when it matters the most? In the playoffs. And then a lot of people right away jump on the defense. Yes, of course, the defense didn't have a great game today. They didn't. But they're not the one throwing the interceptions. The defense isn't the one calling their own plays. There's defensive coordinators, just like the head coach calls the offensive plays. But what happens? What happens again? Dak Prescott choked. And it's just the truth. And some people find that hard to believe, or it comes to them as a surprise. Guys, come on, I'm hardcore Dallas Cowboys fan since I was a kid. And unlike Mr. Bayless, who claims to be a hardcore Cowboys fan just because he's been following them for 138 years or whatever number he puts on there, and because he was born before most of us, claims that anything he says about the Cowboys is true, which is comical. Actually, he's not even born in Texas. I mean, I'm born in San Antonio, Texas, lifelong Cowboys fan. But even someone like that, where he's at, his position on social media or on TV, where every year you get away with, oh, my Cowboys are this and that. He's delusional. He's delusional. He was really looking ahead, thinking 2 games at a time, but no, it is 1 game at a time. And not only that, especially in the playoffs. You make the playoffs, fine. All those stats during the year, throw them out the window. Because Green Bay's quarterback outperformed, outplayed. I mean, he was a better quarterback on the field today. And I'm telling you that as a hardcore Dallas Cowboy fan. Like I said, born and raised here in Texas. Just, it is what it is. Okay? Do I feel Mike McCarthy should get fired? Probably. Dan Quinn? Obviously today was probably one of his worst games as a defensive coordinator, especially when what got you there is when you're playing man and then you go to zone and it's like, it's unbelievable. They're finding all the pockets. I mean, Green Bay's quarterback was amazing. He did great. I mean, you can't just, throw that out the window and ignore it. He outplayed Dak Prescott. I mean, he found holes in the Cowboys' defenses and the calls that Dan Quinn was making. But, for you fans of football, or more importantly, Cowboys fans, guys, you got to understand, we got to quit being delusional. First of all, I'll tell you right now, I'm a dinosaur when it comes to social media and technology. I don't have notes. I don't have stats. You'll probably never see me upload footage of players being interviewed. Nothing like that. It's going to tell you how I feel. I'll give you my opinion, and I'll give you some facts. And so far, Dak chokes every year in the playoffs. Bad. Very bad. But, it's embarrassing. Very embarrassing. But I'm not crying. I'm not throwing a fit. I'm not breaking anything. Why? Because I expected it. But I love my Dallas Cowboys. And I'll watch them every year. I'll watch them every game. You got to understand, I'm so hardcore that I can name a lot of the players that were on the strike team. Some of you weren't even born when there was a strike team that the Dallas Cowboys had. I'm talking about Kevin Sweeney at quarterback, Kelvin Edwards at receiver, Ricky Blake as a running back. I mean, I've been following these Cowboys for a long time. And of course, this is the era right here. You can't teach accuracy. You either have it or you don't. So, like I said, I wear champions on my back, and that's what I spend my hard-earned money on. I don't care how old this jersey on, but I spent the money on it, and it is what it is. So, like I said, and I had a friend of mine today message me, because I was giving him the facts about Dak Prescott. Again, letting us down, which I expected. And, and he told me, yeah, well, a lot of people think that Tony Romo is better and he never made it to an NFC championship game either, and they want to put him in the Hall of Fame. That's true, but I'm not in that group because Tony Romo and Dak Prescott are almost the same player. Bottom line, all right, I mean, they're not Troy Aikman's level. So, you can look at it however you want as a fan, but I'm just here to keep it real. And because I feel that there's not enough of this out there. Outside of the people like Stephen A. Smith, Richard Sherman, people that called this. But as a Cowboys fan, I called this as well. I called it. I'm like, we're probably not going to win because Dak Prescott's going to choke. And he proved me right again, guys. So, with that said, obviously you can tell this isn't a professional setup. I'm in our kitchen. I have kitchen light over me, kitchen table, no computer near me. I don't have notes, don't have papers. If I do ever upload another video again, it'll be raw like this. and unbiased. Like I said, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan at heart to the death. I'm always going for my Cowboys. But for right now, it ain't happening with that quarterback. And it probably ain't going to happen either with that head coach. Uh, Dan Quinn, this isn't a fact. I'm giving you my opinion. If he decided to stay, I wouldn't mind keeping him. But I wouldn't be mad if they let him go as well, because this was your time to shine. Same thing I put on Dak Prescott. You did great all year. And look what happened. You wet the bed in the playoffs. And I feel Dan Quinn did the same thing. But at the end of the day, guys, who has the last word? The man with the bucks. Not Tampa Bay Bucks. The man with the dollars in his pocket. Jerry Jones. One thing that, someone very near and dear to me and my family told me a long time ago when I was a kid, growing up, is doesn't matter how rich you are or how smart you are. If you ain't got common sense, not everybody in this world's got common sense, folks. So with that said, that should tell you enough of what I'm trying to say. You got to make moves, and this phase of being delusional, I should say, is got to end at some point. You can fall in love with the statistics all year, and think Dak Prescott is top 5, top 7. I mean, is he really? Really? Has not made it to the NFC Championship game. Hasn't won many playoff games for us. Just like Romo. Same thing. Great guys, but they're not elite. In my eyes, elite is at least make it to the NFC Championship game. Or, actually, I take it back. An elite quarterback, you go to the Super Bowl. Win, lose, but if you're in the Super Bowl, it was tough getting there. It's not easy. It's not easy. That's what I consider an elite quarterback. Obviously, many people out there are going to disagree with me and say that I'm an idiot or I'm dumb or I'm stupid. I'm entitled to my opinion, man, just like you guys. And like I said, I'm just here to keep it real. We're never going to get to the Super Bowl with Dak Prescott, Mike McCarthy, Dan Quinn. So I think it's about that time where, you gotta stop expecting something that's not possible when the same people keep giving you the same results every year. We had a great team. But like I said, I think when it gets to the playoff time, what holds us back is our quarterback. And like I said, well, they scored 48 points on the defense. Yeah, they did, but they didn't throw interceptions. Can you imagine if Green Bay hadn't dropped the 2 possible picks and the shovel pass? That would have been 3 more interceptions. Think of that. Everybody wants to look over that. Well, not everybody, but you delusional Dak Prescott fans want to overlook that. And again, I'm not making excuses for the defense. They didn't play great as well, but I don't think the coordinator was calling, the best defensive plays, at all. But don't overlook that, please. Don't overlook the shovel pass that could have been an interception, or the 2 dropped interceptions. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. It's right there in front of you on the TV, so, but, it gets crazy where I'm from over here in San Antonio. I mean, the people get crazy. My friends, family. I mean, we're all hardcore Cowboys fans. And some are delusional, some are not. This is just my perspective, my opinion, that unless we get a quarterback that can handle himself and not cave under pressure in the playoffs, we're never going to get to the NFC Conference Championship. It ain't happening, guys. Again, you want to bash on me? That's fine. You have that right. You want to say my YouTube channel stinks? That's fine. My job as of today is to bring it raw and real. Just keep it real, give you my opinions and some facts. And again, I don't expect you to agree with my opinions, but it's just real talk. It's real talk. So I want to end this video with one last thing. I do follow some of the major networks, here and there. When it comes close to the playoffs, and a lot of times it's pretty comical. I'll see some that have good takes, some that have bad takes, on the Dallas Cowboys, and more especially on Dak Prescott, because you keep falling for it every year, guys, every year. And I haven't fallen for it in the last 3 years. I've just been watching our Cowboys in the playoffs because I love my Cowboys. But I know Dak's gonna choke. That's what he does. That's just what he does. That's what he's showing us, okay? But I got sidetracked, guys. Sorry. But I'm talking about Skip Bayless. He'll probably never know who I am. But let me tell you something. Who else can get away with being on national television, saying he's a hardcore Cowboy fan, lifelong, because I was born in 1898 and I've watched them longer than you and I wrote articles on them and this, and that. But yet, after every tough loss in the playoffs, you want to grab jerseys and throw them in the trash can? That's idiotic. I mean, how are you a hardcore Cowboy fan doing that? I'll never do that, man. I'll never do that. That's childish, moronic, and comical for a man of his age. And to claim that there's no other hardcore or more lover of the Dallas Cowboys than him. But you want to do that? Come on, man. It's ridiculous. They lost. Get over it. And you say, oh, well, you don't love them as much. No, believe me, I love my Dallas Cowboys. I love them. But again, I've never played professional football, never even played college football. I only started playing football when I was 7 years old till I was 18 years old. Played my heart out. And I was a headhunter. And I played with heart. So, with that said, I don't know what it's like to play at the NFL level or collegiate level. But I do know what it's like to play and play hard, and what it's like to win at a lower level. It may not mean anything to anybody, which is fine. But unless you're one of the ones that had the pads on, knew what it felt like to win, what it felt like to have a heartbreaking loss, and cry after the game because you left everything out on the field, you gave it all you had, unless you've never experienced that, you'll never know. I don't care what you've done or how many articles you've written and how long you've had a YouTube channel and how many videos you have, how many subscribers you have. If you've never put on the pads and the helmet to know what it's like to win and have heartbreaking losses and to be injured and to go through the pain and the sweat and what it takes to get to a playing level on the football field, you'll never know. Doesn't matter how long you've watched the game, you will never know. And especially, I'm even saying I would never know what it's like to be at a college level or a professional level. I'll be the first one to tell you. But I will say this. I love the sport of American football, and I'll love it till I die, and I'll love my Dallas Cowboys until I die. I'm always repping Dallas Cowboys, even though I'm from San Antonio, Texas. We ain't got a football team, but the Dallas Cowboys are my football team. So I'm not sure if you guys are gonna like it. Really doesn't matter. I just wanted to speak to you guys, give you something raw and real, and be unbiased and be realistic, not delusional. Dak Prescott choked again. Dallas Cowboys got beat, annihilated, embarrassed. This is just what it is. See what happens next year. I probably won't upload another video until next year. I don't know. But I just felt that I had to do this. Create this channel like an hour ago. Put a name on it and tell you how I feel about my Dallas Cowboys and whack Prescott. With that said, hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, no worries. There's several other shows out there. This isn't even a show. It's just an uploaded video that I'm going to put up. that I'm recording with my phone. Nothing special. But there's plenty of other stuff out there you guys can watch, and I encourage you to do that, guys. But, if you did like it, you want to like it, fine, leave a like. Um, if not, it's fine, guys. So, hope I didn't bore you guys. But until next year, guys, I'm still Team Dallas Cowboys for life, por vida. Always repping Dallas Cowboys.